bank, which is the development with respect to our reserves. In this chart, the lines, the bars in green, are our reserves on our balance sheet, and the lines in red, in negative, is the position that the State Bank had in its forward transactions. And the net of these two is the line that is in blue. And you will see a steady fall in this line. So you will see that when we began this fiscal year, our net position was not a very comfortable one. But I would like you, the message that I would like you to take away is that since the beginning of the fiscal year, both our reserves on our balance sheet have been rising. They've risen from a low of 7 billion to about 11.5 billion right now. And the short position that we had in the forward transactions has come down significantly from about 8 billion to the latest published figure of 5 billion. The bulk of this increase in our net position is not due to borrowing. Also, it is not due to the foreign portfolio inflows that many people have been talking about. This is primarily due to the improvement on the current account deficit. And on the foreign portfolio inflows, I wanted to also take this occasion to clarify that they account for only one-fifth or less of the improvement that has occurred. The rest is coming from the reduction in the current account deficit. Now, why is this situation with respect to our reserves important to us? There are, of course, many reasons why they are important. But one reason should be very close and dear to your hearts, and that's on the next slide. And that shows in the vertical shaded areas are all the years that Pakistan has had to seek assistance from international financial institutions, and particularly the IMF. And the area shaded in dark blue is our reserves. And you will see that this starts from 95. We had a series of 5 IMF programs. Then we got out of them. And then again, we've had 2 more since then, and now the most recent one. Well, the message that I'd like you to take away from this is that the one single best predictor of whether or not Pakistan has had to go to the IMF is a low or falling level of reserves. So if we as a country want us to be independent of having to go to IFIs, of having adequate self-insurance, then it is imperative that we build our reserves to a level where when we have external shocks, we can manage without seeking assistance. There are 2 key developments from the start of this fiscal year which make us optimistic that going forward things will be different. And the first is that we have made a transition to a market-based exchange rate system. This, as you remember, when we began this journey, was not an easy journey. And a few months back, if you spoke about the exchange rate, many people would be talking about numbers and predictions that I'm sure you're all familiar with. I'd like to ask you to reflect that today, people are not talking about those numbers. We have completed the transition to a market-based system. The State Bank does not give guidance to the market. The market itself is moving. We don't stand against the trend. We do step in if we feel there are disorderly market conditions. And preserving this change will assure us that next time, if there is pressure on the current account, that it does not result in a loss of reserves, which in turn, as you see from this chart, results in going and seeking international financial assistance.
गवर्नर स्टेट बैंक रज़ा बाकिर कराची में बैंकिंग अवार्ड्स की तकरीब से खिताब कर रहे हैं। उन्होंने कहा कि तिजारती खसारा कम हुआ है, तेल की कीमतों का मामला बैनुल-अक़वामी है, हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं। पीटीवी न्यूज़ से ये थी ताज़ा तरीन।
जो उनको जो रुकावटें हैं उनको दूर किया जाए। और सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि देखिए, मैं हमेशा यही बात कहता हूं कि ये ड्राई पोर्ट अगर आपने स्टार्ट करना है तो सबसे बड़ा हमारे पास जो इनकम का जरिया है वो गीता है। मैं उसकी बार बार इसलिए बात कर रहा हूं कि करोड़ों रुपए का हमारा फायदा जो है उसी में है। और जो हमारे अफगान जो हमारे भाई हैं वो भी चाह रहे हैं कि चाबहार और बंदर अब्बास का रास्ता लंबा भी है, और अगर यहाँ पे ये सहूलतें हुई तो हम इंशाल्लाह ये काम तमाम इसी रास्ते से करेंगे।
बिल्कुल ठीक हो गया सरहदी साहब, टाइम मेरा खत्म हो गया।
बड़ी बात ये है कि जो
जी टाइम खत्म हो गया आपका।
हम ये कह रहे हैं
जी
कि ये स्टेक होल्डरों को इत्मीनान में लें।